A DPW worker ripped our tarps and blankets off of us as we told him that there were females changing their clothes underneath, which was true. He was like saying degrading things to me. One of them said something about pimping me and her out. Like, yeah. Just because I was asking if they were going to take my bin, could I at least get my medicine and stuff out of there? Because I just got out of the hospital too. Yeah. So, no. They called the cops on me.
I was sick for 3 days under intent, and they just came around and they laughed in my face when they got my stuff, and I barely came out. And I'm telling them, you took my stuff? I said, just give me that. And dude is laughing in my face and recording me because I jumped in the truck, tried to get my stuff. And he goes, you're going to go to jail for getting that stuff. I said, so I don't steal and I don't do anything wrong for you guys to just record me and actually throw me in jail for taking my stuff back. So he's like,
DPW guy, who's the supervisor or whatever, the head of that particular crew, they were dragging my tent away and my purse fell out of my tent, and I was like, oh, you know what I mean? I had money, I had my ID, I had a phone, I had, you know what I mean? Like everything that, you know, was important to me at that moment, like as far as survival type stuff, you know what I mean? And he came over and he grabbed it, tried to grab it from me, and I wouldn't let it go, and he was swinging me around, like pulling me around, and then he backed me up against the trash compactor, because they had a trash compactor there, big truck with, you know, that squishes all your stuff in the back of it. He pushed me, slammed me up against that, and that's when I see SFPD, one of the officers, like, start walking towards me. I'm thinking, like, awesome, he can't let this, you know what I mean? He's gonna have to put a stop to this. This is crazy. I'm like, this is my purse. It's like my personal belongings. Like I have like my phone, my money. You know what I mean? And he's like, he goes, if you don't let go of that right now, I'm gonna and stop getting in the way of them doing their job. I'm gonna arrest you. He put that person in the cab of his truck too. Like, I mean, I still can't even fucking believe that shit.
Like, so we have employee parking, right? So you'll just see them pull up their DPW truck to their car and unload stuff into their car. And it's like, you know it's something from work. Where else is it going to come from, you know?
And as far as like upper management, how did they respond to this behavior?
They know it goes on, and from what I've seen, the few people, like the few incidents with the stealing that I knew of, those people were promoted. And it was brought to their attention about them stealing. So, like people like me don't get promoted because I speak up too much. I'm not going to break the rules because you tell me to. You know, I have a conscience. I believe in karma. And I'm just, I'm a human being. And at any moment, that could be any of us. You know, they don't understand that. You know, when you come from where I come from, you know that one wrong move, this could be you.
They came through at probably like 12:15 last night. Didn't say anything to anybody. They did up front, I guess, but not on this side. And we were in the first doorway. We got up. We went across the street. But as soon as we went across the street, the sprayer came up, and the people in the middle doorway are new to the area and don't know that if you don't pick up your stuff and move, they're going to just keep spraying. And they don't try to spray around you. The guy they soaked up here, he was trying to pack up his stuff because he seen the sprayer coming, and the dude just kept spraying. The whole time, he just kept spraying. And like he was trying to wash the dude away and his stuff with the sprayer. And that's like chemicals, and it's cold. Like, he soaked the dude and all his stuff. Like, it doesn't make sense why you couldn't wait 5 seconds.
I recycle, that's how I make my money. This morning they took all the recycling from me. Took it all and put it in the back of the truck. I carried it at 10 o'clock last night and didn't finish until 4 a.m. this morning. Had 2 big tubs full of cars. They took it and threw it all away. I jumped up on the truck. When I jumped up on the truck, the employee of the city put the bed down on the truck and jumped back up on the truck, grabbed me, ripped my shirt, broke my ribs, and he threw me over the railing of the truck out into oncoming traffic. And I landed on my ass in the middle of the street. He jumped down from the truck, he come and grabbed me again by my shirt. I got fingernail marks inside my chest right now, the hospital saw, and dragged me over to the curb and just to beat me on the chest and the head with his fist. And that was an employee I've dealt with before. Never really had a major problem with him before, but this morning I did.
If I hear on the radio there's like a conflict at a location and I know this location and I know those people, I'll show up, and try to diffuse it, see what's going on. And 9 times out of 10, it's the worker doing the unhoused wrong, and the unhoused is stepping up, for what they know is right. Because a lot of them know their rights. And you can't just do them any kind of way without a fight.
The way they talk to you is like talking down to you and not talking to you. Or they'll come in and take it upon themselves and start throwing your stuff away instead of, asking first. Or they'll rush you, and then when you do come time to throw your stuff away, they kind of force you to throw certain stuff away. If you don't throw this away, then this will happen. That's not fair. We have to get ultimatums in order for us to keep certain things that we have.
915 is the police radio code for dumping rubbish, and that's what they refer to us over the police radio, dispatch, and the police to move along to 915. So we're trash to them. So nothing's ever going to be, we're not going to be human to them, or we're not going to be, if they're referring to us as a code, it's trash.
Yo pienso que si respetan y que tengan conciencia de lo que uno está pasando realmente, uno no va a perder sus cosas, uno lo puede poner en una maleta, se puede mover. No somos animales. Está lloviendo y vienen y estabas durmiendo, te patean todo y... ¿me entiendes? Entonces, ok, el punto es que un poco más de respeto, porque no somos animales, vuelvo a repetir.
There's this one cop, he's a real jackass. Every time he see me, he's like, I'm gonna shoot your dog, I'm gonna shoot your dog. For no reason. My dog's so super friendly, dude. He's a big, tall, Italian cop. He goes down under the bridge over there by the car wash and he jacks everyone up. And there was a lot of yelling and screaming when that was going on, and they didn't know how to handle it, so they just zip tie people up and throw them in a car, throw them on the sidewalk, tell them shut up. That's not cool. You don't do that to people that are mentally unstable anyway. Come on.
The city knows that the sweeps will cause mental health crisis. So whether it is one sweep or multiple, a person's physical and mental health have now been compromised, which makes it more difficult to survive, which compromises coping skills, which compromises relationships. This in turn will have a cumulative effect over time, which means everything will be more difficult. It will be more difficult to sustain life on the street. It will be more difficult to get basic needs met. It essentially creates a barrier each step of the way that somebody needs to maintain or link with any resources.
It was almost always the trash people that come by and with the big truck, and they throw everything in the back, and then you try to run after them, and they always say no, or they're just there, and then they're gone all of a sudden, and they always have 3 people with them, and they just pick up all your stuff, they throw it in the truck, and they're gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. And a lot of people on the streets, we have memory problems, so we don't exactly remember everything that goes on, or the day happens in a flash, and then you wake up and it's just all your stuff's gone, so then you have to start from scratch. And when you have no personal belongings, you don't have much to go on if you wake up one morning and your brain's not working all the way.
They want you to do people wrong, and then they send you back the next day, and you got to face the person that yesterday you just took everything this person owned. And now you got to go back and face them today and take whatever else they've accumulated over the night.
And having the streets swept by DPW and taking my paintings along with survival gear has made life unbearable. There's been days where I just didn't even want to wake up the next day. It's that hard.
Walk in their shoes. Put yourself in that circumstance. the world is a funny place. Anything could happen at any time, and everything could be taken from you, and you could be put out. Or it could be that you can't handle, anything anymore because you've gone through some traumatic event and you're outside. The way you show compassion is actually imagining that was you. Is that what you would want to happen to you?